An interval is the number of steps between two notes. So between C and D is one whole step, okay? Now, if you look... Oh wait, I was gonna tell you guys how to identify where the C is, but then I forgot. My bad. Basically, I kind of don't know how to tell you. You gotta just look at it and remember. C is the most important one. So you kind of just look. There's a empty black space in between. On the left, there's no black key, right? And then there's two black keys after it, but then no black key after that. I don't really know how else to explain it. No one ever really taught me that, so I don't know how to teach. I don't know how to teach it. But just like, look at the patterns, right?
You can tell that it's a C because of the way it is.
It's very clearly a pattern of 8, which you would call this an octave. Because C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, that's 8 notes. From C to C, there's 8. Technically, there's some in the middle, but we're gonna get to that. In the middle of C and D, you see that there's a black key. There's a black key. I wish I could write on the piano, but I kind of can't. Let me just try to draw it out, okay? Let me draw it out. These are not bhakti. These are piano keys. This is not Uruka, okay? From here to here, wait, yeah. This is a half step. You know what? I'm gonna write it in words so it's less confusing. Half step. Now, if you just look at this, it might be kind of confusing, but if you listen to this, why does the visualizer stop working? Here we go. That's C. One whole step afterwards is D. If you play them together, it's like, it sounds weird, but it's not super weird. But if you go from C to this black key, that's one half step above. Now that sounds really weird, right? They're a lot closer together because half is less than a whole. Ooh, whoa, whoa. But if you play a whole step, it doesn't sound that weird. So those are the intervals. And basically, to find the intervals between two notes, you just count the whole steps and the half steps. So if I would do... Why do I keep playing the wrong one? C to E. 1/3. I don't know how to make this make sense because there's two whole steps. You make one whole step, you make another whole step, that makes a third. So when there's one whole step between them, it makes a second. That's a second. A major second. Minor second. So let me explain. A major equals... That you're gonna skip those terms. I feel like this is actually important. Major equals... How do I even explain this? Major equals happy. Minor equals sad. Obviously, that's not always the case, but this is how we're gonna explain it. We're using our ears. If it sounds happy, this is happy. Yay, happy. Major. Minor, sad. Ooh, that's sad. Major, happy. Sad. That's minor third, yeah? Let's just back up a second, okay? Let's back up a second. What is a note? What exactly is a note? A note is a pitch produced by vibrations at a specific frequency. If that doesn't make any sense, if something vibrates at a certain amount of vibrations per second, it becomes, if it's a sound wave, if it is a sound wave, it becomes a note. You're making this extremely confusing. Well, you don't need to know this. I'm just telling you if you want to know because there's some science nerds here. So the standard tuning is A440, which is that A4? I'm pretty sure it is. This note is 440 vibrations per second. Now, if you want to make it this high, you double it. So this would be 880 vibrations per second. That is not necessary to know. I'm just telling you for the science nerds out there. You do not need to know that. I know there's science nerds here, so I'm telling you.
My fellow brothers, In the face of our common dangers, in this winter of our hardship, remember these timeless words, as we can.